What's up? It's Team MBL. I'm Music by Lucas.
And Lauren Z. Ray, and we're here in Los Angeles.
If you want to know what we're up to while we're traveling, be sure to check out this week's vlog on Lauren's IGTV. Also, my track Greatest hit 400,000 streams on Spotify in just over 2 months. Thank you so much for listening.
So, how to contact record labels and what to say. So, your track is finished, it's mixed, it's mastered, you sent off to feedback. People were like, it's great, you're feeling good about it, you want to send it to labels to get it signed. What do you say? How do you do it? We're going to go over that in this video today. So, Lucas has a little experience with this. He's been signed by labels like Spinnin', Armada, etc., etc. So, we've seen kind of what works and what doesn't when it comes to contacting labels. And so the first thing is to find the label.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? To find the label that fits your track.
So how do you find that label? Like, because a lot of people are like, which labels fit my song?
I don't know all the labels.
Send it to, where do I find them? Yeah. So there's a few different websites where you can go looking for labels. Yes. The first thing is to obviously know what style your track is, because that's going to help you sort through the labels. You don't want to just send to every label, obviously, because it's not necessarily going to fit.
It'll waste their time. And,
and different labels have different like themes or vibes or different tracks that they like to select, so you want to find the labels that fit yours. So
so I would say, like, if your track sounds similar to a track you already know exists, what label is that track on? That's probably the label you would want to submit it to.
Yeah.
Also, if you're collabing with somebody and they maybe have a connection with a certain label or a certain sound that they always get signed to a certain label, that would be the label for you. Now, it also depends, like, what level they're at. Like, for instance, do you think somebody who has never been signed before should shoot high then low, or low then high? What would you say?
I think you should always start with the highest and then work your way down.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few different websites you can go to. So there's Label Base. Label Base is a website that just basically is a directory of all different sorts of labels.
Nice.
It's not the best because anyone can really get listed on Label Base, so it could be a label that's not real, or like maybe someone wanted to start a label but they never actually did and they just listed it there. But it's a good place if you want to see like like if you search Future House labels on Label Base, you're going to find a bunch of different labels just under that style. So that can be a really cool one. Another website to check out though is 1001 Track List. So 1001 Track List lets you know the different track lists, like if a DJ plays Tomorrowland or if like Hexagon puts out a new Hexagon radio, they list every single track that they played on their playlist. Now this is really cool because if you want to find labels, it tells you what label all these different tracks are signed to.
Oh, so you kind of see like what labels are hot right now, or what labels get their tracks played.
Yeah,
which is the goal.
Which is really important because you want to find active labels. So if you find a track, for example, again on Hexagon Radio or on the Martin Garrix show, for example, that label is probably pitching the track to those artists. So that means that label is active, that they're good at promoting to get the track played. And so what you can do is just go on there and then find out what label that track was signed to that you liked, because maybe it sounds similar to yours, or maybe like if you do progressive house, then you would find like a progressive house playlist and just go look at all the different labels on there, and that's going to help you start writing down a list of different labels that you could potentially pitch your track to. There's also a Label Radar, which is a website where you can directly send demos to different labels for consideration, and then there's also Spotify playlists, which you might want to check out, because Spotify playlists, again, it's two different things you can get out of it. One, you can find, like, let's say you want to check out Brooks's playlist and see what he's supporting and what labels those artists are signed to. And also, again, if the track is on Brooks' playlist or the track is on Madison Mars' playlist or whoever, it probably means that label has a connection with that artist, or the artists that are on the playlist have a connection with that artist, and those are either artists you want to collab with or labels you want to work with, so that you can also get your tracks heard on those playlists.
Okay, so now you have the labels you want to submit to. You found their website, you can either submit through there if it's that kind of label, or you have their email address, so you're ready to send it. But what do you say in the email? Okay, keep it as simple as possible. Just make sure that you introduce yourself in the shortest way possible, like have your pitch ready. So what's your pitch? Pitch would be past releases, past plays.
Anything noteworthy. And you may not have anything noteworthy right now, and that's okay, because eventually you will, and then you can start listing that stuff.
Would you say, like, for their pitch, if they don't have anything, to describe the track maybe?
Yeah, you could describe the track a little bit, and maybe just say something about yourself, like young producer from wherever you're from.
Yeah, if you're from a really interesting place, I think that's kind of a nice pitch, because that grabs their attention. Basically what we want you guys to do is to grab their attention in a very seamless, simple way before you put your track link in the email.
And don't worry so much if you don't have any, like we were saying, noteworthy stuff to mention, because every single producer was at that stage at one point.
You got to start from somewhere. It's also nice to make your message seem personal and not just spam, not like a massive email you just can send to anyone. When Lucas and I receive those, even for, Team NBL or personally, we can kind of smell it on the message that it's
when it looks general.
Yeah, and we're not going to really take as good of a look at it just because we're going to be like, they sent it to a million people. Like, for instance, I got an email the other day that said, "What up, bro?" Obviously, they didn't do their homework, or obviously they thought, like, they
you
just...
would like that.
I think they just copied and pasted it. Because, like, I'm not a bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. So, right there, I didn't even want to open up the email. So, just make it simple, make it sound personal, maybe compliment them in a way like I see that you guys do great work. Your artists get a lot of plays, like, something along those lines is
interested in your label because of this. And a few extra tips. I say this one all the time, but make sure you're paying attention to what time zone that label is based out of. So you send it during work hours. You don't want to send it on a weekend. If it's a label that works in an office, like a bigger label, your email will be buried. And by the time they get to work on Monday, it is long gone, and they might not scroll that far down. Exactly. And the next thing is to use, when you're using a link to your track, use a bit.ly link, which is a website. I think it's bit.ly.com. And basically the reason why is because it makes it shorter, but it also lets you track the link to when they open it.
Oh, nice.
So you know whether when they click it.
Okay.
And you know what country opened it and stuff like that. And then, of course, you can use SoundCloud private links if you want to, like, have more analytics. But sometimes it's really nice to just know, like, when they opened your link.
And if they did or did not, because then okay, maybe it got buried somehow, I'll send it again. You wait a while to send it again.
If it didn't get clicked, then you know.
That's nice, yeah.
And last but not least is to not just send out your track to every label at once, because if you get more than one label interested in your track, then you have to say no to another label, and that's a bad thing. So what you want to do is prioritize.
Make a list of, like, who you absolutely think your track is perfect for, and work your way down. And how long do you think they should wait in between sending emails to labels? Would you say to hear something back?
Yeah, I would say at least a week, or around a week. I think is perfect, like 5 business days. So
and for like a
boom,
And say like they get a response and then they respond back and they hear nothing back. How long would you say to wait to follow up?
I would say to follow up probably 3 to 5 business days.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah, everything's business days because most labels work Monday through Friday. They don't really work on the weekend.
What about if you send it, they respond, you respond back, they've waited a week, it's gone by 3 weeks now. Even though they showed interest, is it time to move on to another label?
It's time to move on if you've followed up a couple of times. Because sometimes people like go on vacation. Sometimes your message gets buried or whatever. But I would say if you've emailed a couple of times and it's still been like a week or two more, then it's probably time to move on.
But what if they check their SoundCloud and they're still listening to their track?
Yeah, if they're still listening to your track, then
they seem interested.
Then keep waiting. That's another reation why you want to keep using like either bit.ly links or SoundCloud links is so you can keep reopening it, or if you know that they've opened it, they haven't responded. If
they haven't responded, but they're still listening. There's interest there. So hold off. Don't send it to another label. All right, and that is it. I hope we kept it simple for you because it really is simple as long as you have the information. And if you have any follow-up questions, you can always comment below, DM us on Instagram. And if you have even more questions, like you need individual attention, some one-on-one help, you watch the video, but you just specifically want to know more just about your personal thing or about anything else, you can join our online music school, our producers team, which we have. And Lucas I work one-on-one with all the members, and we have weekly classes on this kind of stuff, on branding, on everything, even production-wise, social media, but also mixing and mastering, sound design, pretty much everything you need to know in order to continually pursue this career that you guys want in this music industry.
And if you're watching this live with us, be sure to head over to our after party this week. We do it every week with a different artist, and we do a Q&A. You get to ask questions.
You get to chat with us, hang out with the rest of the crew, I guess you could say. And it's just a lot of fun. So if you haven't been there, you gotta go check it out. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe down somewhere because
hit the bell button so
that
you don't miss out on these premieres or after parties, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.